some of the things have been covered by a lot of other people here. One of the things that I'm an advocate of is the fair tax. I think that we need some definite tax reform in the government. The current income tax, what it does is it allows incumbent politicians in Washington, D.C. to continue to gain power and keep their office. They spend too much time worrying about staying in office than they do about what their oath of office really is. But there are I'm going to have to read some of this stuff about the fair tax. Okay, and public speaking is not something I'm really familiar with here. So I'm a long-haul truck driver. I travel to 48 states, and I have seen what our government's doing, what the federal government's doing in every state, not just ours here. Okay, imagine a tax system that allows you to keep 100% of your paycheck, pension, and Social Security payments. Frees up the time wasted on filling out cumbersome IRS forms, wipes out the income tax code, and shuts down the IRS. Now, who isn't for shutting down the IRS? Makes taxation of income unconstitutional by repealing the 16th Amendment. Now, I do have the exact wording of the 16th Amendment, and when I reread it, it kind of scared me. Just the wording of it. It says, the Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived, without apportionment among the several states, and without regard to any consensus or enumeration. That doesn't sound really good, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Exempts all taxpayers from federal taxation up to the poverty level through a monthly rebate. Ensures that all Americans pay their fair share of taxes. Dramatically lowers tax rates for low-income and middle-income Americans. Makes taxes visible by eliminating hidden income and payroll taxes in consumer prices. You know, those of you that draw a paycheck, I'm self-employed, so I don't really draw a paycheck. But those of you who draw a paycheck, you've been drawing a paycheck for so long, you don't even look to see how much the government takes. You only see how much the check is that's going to be deposited in the bank to pay your bills. And you forget about what they're taking from us. And then what they spend it on. You know, bills that, like the stimulus bill, 700 and some pages when they voted on it. When it was finally written and signed by the president, it was over 1,100 pages. You know, they voted on a bill that wasn't even complete. Enables families to save more for home ownership, education, and retirement. Protects and ensures the funding of Social Security and Medicare. Leaves unchanged the amount of money raised by the federal government, and makes American products more competitive overseas. This system is the most researched of any tax policy that there is. They have spent $20 billion. Different actual conservative think tanks have spent the money to look into these, and even one so-called moderate, middle-of-the-road think tank even agrees with this. But as I said, you know, the problem is the current tax code. It can be manipulated to ensure that that people do favors for one group at the expense of the other group, so that somebody will vote for them. I'll give you a nice phrase. I'm going to give a tax cut to 95% of Americans. How can you do that?
Why do we swallow it?
That is a good question.
Raise it 10 times as much.
Okay, the current income tax code unfairly hampers personal financial opportunity. When you're taxed on your earnings before you ever get a chance to spend the money or to buy a product or maybe build your business if you're a small business person, it disheartens you, to find out that they're taking your money and not doing what they should be doing with it. The current income tax code is grossly unfair to all wage earners. The payroll tax is the most regressive and unfair feature of our current tax system. The current payroll tax applies to the first dollar of wages earned, effectively stifling the most important tool to improve one's economic well-being. We all know the bad things about the current tax system, right? Okay, what the fair tax is this 23% consumption tax. It is only paid on things that are bought brand new. It will eliminate the need to finance Social Security out of your wages, Medicare out of your wages, and with the fair tax, we can actually get people into positions of power, into the government, who will represent us and our states and our country instead of representing themselves and their own personal best interests. What the fair tax will do is it will eliminate the individual income tax, the payroll income tax, the estate tax and gift tax, capital gains tax, the alternative minimum tax, self-employment tax, and corporate income tax.
Woohoo!
Yeah, they haven't got that yet.
Friday. No, that was passed on Friday.
Well, they haven't read the bill.